Hello, my name is Sidikuni or Hida, and welcome back to my channel. I probably already filmed an intro for this one, but it's some weeks ago and I have no idea what I have. I have filmed in between and I'm a bit lost now, so I don't know what I have in fact. And I will just start from scratch and then see what I have and oh, that's just a problem for editing me. Today is the 18th of October and I wasn't very active recently, which I'm not happy about because I wanted to be very active, but I recently had a very hard time and I had two very big changes in my life and I'm not doing well, in fact, but I have to keep going and do things and prepare for my next convention, which is this weekend. And today's Wednesday, so I have less than 48 hours to prepare everything, which is highly stressful, but I needed a time for myself and to heal, which I'm not done yet and it will take a long time, but life is moving forward and I have to get things done. So here I am. Take it easy. Luckily, I don't have to order anything anymore because everything I needed I ordered quite some time ago because I knew if I don't order it, I will not have it in time. And that's something I'm very happy about that I already did. I am currently waiting for my stickers and charms still because I ordered them quite a while ago at Walgreens and the package should have arrived today, but it got delayed, so now it's for tomorrow and I really hope they will deliver it tomorrow because the day after I am already leaving to go to Facts in Belgium. So that's a package I'm still waiting for, and for the rest I ordered my prints which arrived all in time and are now all stocked up. And the other thing I ordered were my patches and they also arrived like 2 weeks ago, so I'm very chill about them. And the only thing I still have to do for them is cutting them out, which I will do later. In general, I will just take step by step, do my thing, show you what I'm doing and prepare for the convention and take it easy. Even though I don't have much time, I just take it easy and don't stress myself too much about it. I really like to always bring new things to my table and to conventions. And this time, as I said, I had many things on my mind and things in my life, and I didn't have the time to create many new things which I can take to my table. But one thing I did was create this mini zine about Gustarian, and I yesterday created these 20 zines, which I am very happy about. And now all I have to do is pack them properly so they are waterproof and all and nothing happens to them and they don't bend and such. And that's probably the next thing I will do because it's something very easygoing and chill. So let's pack them up. I think just packaging the zine like makes it look somewhat fancy, and I just like to pack them all up. Also like that I know they're ready, I know they're safe, and I know they look good. So 19 more to go, I guess. I am very happy about how this scene turned out. I had this idea once I have seen the voice actors singing this very stupid but hilarious opening of Gustarian, and I just randomly got the idea like to put it in a zine kind of format because it would be easy, it would be simple, it's not too much text, and one can add very funny illustrations with it. Like a bit like if someone would animate it, I just put it as like in a zine format. And yeah, I think it's just very fun and silly and small. And to be honest, I also made a TikTok about it and was like, oh, maybe the one or the other one will find it funny. And maybe I get some reach, because usually on TikTok I don't get much reach. Like, in average, I get something around 500 views on TikTok. And I was hoping to get like 1,500 views for this, because I'm still very proud of this, despite it being very simple and silly and I don't know. And I'm currently at 11,000 views and I'm a bit overwhelmed by that, but I'm very happy that people think it's very funny and hilarious, and that makes me just very proud. And yeah, artists shouldn't look at the numbers, but if someone puts a lot of love into a piece and doesn't get much appreciation for it, it's a bit frustrating and hurtful, because we don't like, I, for example, don't value myself based on numbers, but based on people appreciating my art. And that's the thing, an artist wants his art to be seen, because that's the point of art usually. But yes, I'm very happy with this one, and I hope I can sell a few artifacts. I'm also not sure yet how much I shall ask for them. Like, I'm between 2 or 3 euros, because it wasn't much work and I could produce them very fast and cheap. And it's a little booklet still. It's like, I don't know, I sell my stickers from between 2 and 4 euros. And my big zine is, for example, 15 euros, but it's like, has full-on illustrations and big chunks of text and research and a lot of personal information. But this one is so silly, so I don't know, I might go for 3 euros and see if it would sell. But yes, very happy about it. The next thing is my prints. As for my big prints, there was only one artwork I had to stock up on, and it is my bigger canvas I did, which is like this triptychon. So it's also 3 prints, but I just always sell them together as one. And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I had to stock up, because everything else I have still in stock. And I also stocked up on Astarion and Silco from League of from Arcane before the last convention, but sadly didn't arrive in time. So all I had to stock up was this one. I'm always very happy to see that when, although I mostly go to anime, manga, gaming conventions, like everything nerdy and more stylized in art, I still sell many of my traditional artworks, like artworks, paintings, like everything that has more of a traditional touch in art. I still sell a lot, and I'm very happy to see that, because it still means a lot to me, and it's mostly original art. And I think it's only original art, to be fair. And it's interesting to see that people still appreciate that kind of art, although the place isn't for that kind of art, if that makes sense. But yes. These are my mini prints, and I stocked up around 100 of them, like 100 total. And all I have to do now is sort them, pack them away properly, and then they are also ready for being packed. So regarding prints, I didn't have to do as much, which I'm very happy about. And I ordered them in time, they are there, so no worries for my prints. I really like this format. Like, I use these motifs for my buttons, and I was sad that I only use them for my buttons and they don't find use for anything else. But due to the format, you can't do much else, and I was like, Wait, what if you just do like these Polaroid kind of formats, little prints? People like them. They are not too big, they are small, they are not too pricey. Like I think they are quite affordable, but it's still like little illustration and people can buy them, and so I thought it would be a great use to get these. Yeah. But yeah, all I have to do is organize them and then I'm good. I also got some good omens because these sold out like crazy. Also the buttons, like I was so low stock on them. Also he is new, and he is new, Capitano and Dottore from Genshin, because I'm gay. The rest is all stock ups. Yeah. I just probably need a second box because this is pretty much full. Like I might fit some more in, but I don't think I will fit all of them in here. It's just interesting to see how I get more and more things into my store, and I really have to think, what do I want to keep, what will I still get, what is interesting, and it's just interesting to see the table grow. So I have 2 empty boxes. This is the box I currently have, so I go from the violet one into the orange one because I like to have them in the same colors, because then it's easier for me to find them back and to organize myself. And I'm thinking of maybe like writing down what fandoms are in here. I have Husband Hotel, I have Boku no Hero, I have Genshin, and I have my originals. So I think I will write it down so I can find them even easier. And yes, I really like these boxes. I once invested into them. It's like to store photographies and smaller pictures. Like it's super great for like sketchbooking, and if you are into photography and or collect postcards, what do I know, like the size is great. And I use them for my stickers, for my mini prints and the postcards, and they always come in 2 colors, like each color is twice in, and like that I can organize myself very well. And I think it's like 7 different colors, so I have 14 of these if I'm not mistaken, something around that. But it's really nice to store things inside of them. Like for me it was one of the best investments. And this one is empty now, so I can now fill that one with stickers because the other one has stickers inside. And since tomorrow Wargre's shall arrive, which I hope, or I will have a goddamn tantrum, I can fill this one with more stickers because I added some new stickers to my current ones. So, little update. Today is the 19th, which means it's the day after, and I just saw that my package will not arrive today, which is very frustrating, and they now said that they will deliver it tomorrow morning before 8 a.m. So I hope that's the case, because I really need that package for my convention, because all my stickers are in there, all my new charms are in there, and it's like a big investment I did in that, and it's like a big part of my main stock. So I would really like to have that tomorrow morning because I need it. And I don't only need it for the convention itself, but also to set up my displays, because I am currently changing things and I have new signs and all, and especially for the charms I want something new to make it look better and not only have them hang on my wire shelves. So I got everything to set everything up, but I need the charms to actually hang them up so I can place everything properly, and that gives me big struggles right now and some anxiety, and I don't like that because It was actually planned for it to arrive yesterday. Then they said they will deliver it today, and now they say they will deliver it tomorrow morning. So I'm just scared, and I hope everything will arrive in time, because otherwise I have no idea how this convention will be like for me, because a big part of my stock is not there. Frustrating, very frustrating. And I even tried to like order in time and work with the company who produces everything, and they said it will arrive in time, so unhappy. But yeah, there is nothing I can do now than wait, and I asked my boyfriend to contact them because it's running over him. So I informed him that this is happening currently, so I hope he informs them and that they will give us an answer on what's happening at the moment, because it got requested to be delayed, which is not from our side, so we have to see there. But yes, in the meantime, since I have to wait anyways, I will cut out my patches. These are my patches currently, and it's like just a big piece of fabric with all my patches on it, and I will cut them out now, and then they are good to go, which is very easy. It's like just like it takes some time to cut everything out, because it's actually a big sheet. I think it's 145 meters to 90 centimeters, something like that. So these are all my patches I have to cut out now. One thing I do when preparing the files is like, I for example have like these illustration like patches where I just leave some black on the side and it's all white, but then I have like these for example, and they just like put a very subtle gray line which will help me to know where I have to cut and makes it very easy for me afterwards. And I just cut out piece by piece until everything is cut out. This is the first time I cut through having something underneath. Oh my god. Well, it's my favorite patch, so I can use it for myself, but this was unexpected, and it's the first time this happened. Oh well. I have to be more cautious. Nothing underneath. Get out. I was not taking care of that. That's not good. I think one can tell that I'm a bit distracted because I'm so worried about the package, because it is very important to me, and oh my god, I just don't know how to handle that right now. I'm done with all my patches and I cut them all out. I sorted them, and all I have to do now is pack them and hope that my box is somewhat big enough, which I doubt, because if my stickers and my charms arrive, then it will be very full, and I don't think I will fit everything in there, so I will see how I transport them. In general, I have to see with how I transport things, and oh my god, there's still so much to do. Also, I noticed that I'm not fully there because I'm worried and stressed and so much going on. I didn't have much time to prepare things because I cut through my baby. Like, this is my favorite patch. I just love him. And I cut through him by accident because he was underneath the other ones I was currently cutting, and rip. But yes, I will just use him for myself because I don't mind it, and I just can sew it together so it looks a bit more grungy. And yes, also they slid underneath and I have little cuts here, but they are supposed to get cut out anyways by the people buying them because I just pre-cut them into pieces so they are not together on one canvas, like one big piece of fabric. And yeah, people are supposed to cut them out in shape how they want. You see it. But yes, that's everything I cut out so far. And now the next thing I will do is probably go and make the buttons. Yes, and clean here everything. I'm done with the patches, I'm done with my prints, I'm done with what else? My zine. So the next step I have to do is making buttons, and I cut them all out. These are not mine, these are my boyfriend's because I'm doing them for him as well. My empty box for putting all my cut out buttons in, and yes. Oh, there's still so much to do, and it is currently 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm making now my buttons, and then I have to clean up a bit and cook. And I noticed that I don't have to go out to go buy things because I have them at home, because if I have time I would love to make some new price signs, because the old ones are like almost 3 years old, at least some of them, and it's just like black carton, yeah, it's black carton on which we like drew the prices on, wrote the prices on. And even if I do now the same, I just want to make new ones because then the edges are a bit cleaner and they look nice again, and I don't have too much time to do some major changes with them, so I just do the same ones as I had before, but I want them to at least look a bit nicer. But yes, that's something I still want to do. And then we are currently solving the problem with our package because they delayed it, and my boyfriend called there and figured things out, and they were super nice, but it was still very confusing because someone requested to delay the package and no one knows who. So that's so strange, and I don't have access to it, so it wasn't me. I was just watching where the package was, like I was keeping track of it, so I knew when it would arrive here, but it didn't. So he called there, figured things out, and now we have to go grab it tomorrow, which is a 1 hour drive to get there and a 1 hour drive to get back. So that's 2 hours of driving additionally to the 3 hours of driving we need to get to the convention. So tomorrow will be a lot of driving and it will be very stressful, and I'm the one who mainly drives because my partner is not coming along because he was very busy this week and is exhausted and all, which makes totally sense. But it's me who will be driving most of the time, and that's very exhausting, and I'm already stressed and not in a good state, so let's see how that works out. But yes, I am making out the buttons, which will be 64 buttons for me and 64 buttons for my boyfriend, because we still have quite some stock, because the last convention was CastCon and we mostly didn't run out on anything there. Like if we were out of it, it was mostly because of Konichi, but Cascon was very chill, so we don't have to make as many buttons, and that's rather pleasant. So I'm working on these now, then later the signs, and also the boards. I have to prepare them for my charms and stickers, which I can just do half because I need the charms and stickers to probably set everything up. And then afterwards I have to pack everything and organize myself and see that I don't forget anything, and then probably also pack the car tonight, but I will manage. I will do what I can and I will do my best. My biggest worry is just to get like my charms and stickers. Like I need them. Without them I don't see a point in going to the convention because I invested quite a lot in it, and it also has new designs in it, and I would be devastated not having these for that convention because Facts is not very small. It's like quite big, I feel, with many people, so I really hope once we get everything tomorrow that everything else will run smoothly. So I have now finished the buttons, which took me around 85 minutes for 128 buttons, which still is a lot of time, but I finished these. I also cooked already, and now I'm working on my signs and my setup and all that. So I had these old sticker sheets which are very flimsy, which are 3 years old. I did them all at the start when I started out with my artist booth, and I decided now to change it up. But instead of like going for the same kind of material and such, I wanted to have fancy looking displays for my charms and stickers, but I didn't want them to be out of carton like most other artists have, because that's what I had, and they just look rubbish and the edges are all teared apart and they don't work out for me anymore. So what I instead were looking for, I ordered boards out of a material I don't know, but I maybe put it down here, but I don't know the material right now. Foam? I don't know. But I designed and created these boards. Like I ordered them at a printing company that does signs as well. Like they have various kind of things and they also make signs, and that's how they turned out. And it's like 1 out of 4, and they costed me like 40 euros. And I have that one for the charms, and then I have 2 of these for the stickers, and then I have another one for the charms, because I will fill up the first one completely by the amount of charms I will have now, and then this one until something. So I shall see tomorrow, because if we grab everything tomorrow, I can finish this setup in the Airbnb. And to attach these, I have like these wire shelves, and I designed them so they fit into one wire shelf perfectly. Wait. Like this. And to attach them, since it's wire shelves, I put some magnets on the back, and I hope they are strong enough to keep up the board and the charms, because I can imagine they get heavy, like 1 charm, 2 charms, 3 charms, but eventually it's like so many charms that like it adds its weight. So I hope this is stable enough, strong enough, and will work out. It's now the first con where I will test this, and I'm very excited to see how it will be. Yes, but I think they look super cool. Yeah, my old boards, like, it ripped apart, the edges are not nice to look at, and it's just super flimsy. And also transporting these, like, I was always scared that I will just break them more, and it's time to put them into the trash, I guess. Also, speaking of these have very different colors, and the reason for that is I am currently rebranding myself. I wanted to talk about this in another video, which I planned of making before this one, but due to life being too much and me not having the time or nor the mental headspace to do so, I just do it very roughly now. And yes, I'm rebranding our artist store because I will switch over to Hidekuni and leave Table of Curiosities behind and be a one-man artist booth, I guess. Maybe I will talk more about it in another video, I don't know. I don't know if someone is interested in what I'm doing regarding that, so yeah. But I'm changing, I'm rebranding, I'm changing my setup from fancy gold, black, white, blue and red to magenta and black and chaos, because I'm a very chaotic artist and that's just me. Like, if you look at me, I'm chaos pure. So is my English at times, but oh well. Yes, I set these up, but I have to add the hooks for the charms, but I will do that in the Airbnb because I need the charms for that, and I have to pack my little rings and all the material for doing that, and that's just more packing and more stress and more thinking. Why is it so complicated? It's unnecessarily complicated. But yes, that's what I'm doing now. And then I also have to do my little price signs, and then I am good for today because I can't do much more. And maybe some packing. Oh, I still have to pack. Chaos. So much chaos. I'm so scared of forgetting something, but I will also have to empty my phone so I'm able to record more at the convention. But yes. Do it right. Do it. Die Heider sind so niedlich. So, we arrived at Facts after 8 hours of car driving and such, and it was a mess because we had to go grab our package, which we did, and everything looks great, at least for me. Like, all my stickers are okay and my charms, I love them. They turned out so good. Okay, the music is over, so I hope I can film now because I would like to do that before I go because I want to go. But yes, to show you my table. That's my table. Compared to Konichi, it looks so big and I'm not used to that. But sound, please stop.
I have very bad news for you. This is not going to stop anytime soon, darling.
I'm so tired. Like, today was a lot, and we can maybe hear the other ones, but we are now in our Airbnb, and guess what? I forgot my tripod, so I can hold my phone while filming this now. Great. And in general, all the rest of the convention. So yeah, if it's a bit wonky, that's why. But we arrived at the con today. We set up our tables, which went good, and we had no issues with that. And now I will go through our walkways order. I will sort everything out, and then I will work on my displays, which I wanted to talk about when I was done setting up. I actually wanted to talk about my table today already and show you what I did and how it looks like and what my plan is. But the moment I started this, they started having very loud music to test all their boxes and sounds and all that and the stage, and that was a bit frustrating, so I couldn't say anything about my table yet, so I will do that tomorrow. And now in the evening I will go through everything, set up my sticker and charm displays, and I hope it works out, because I'm in the Airbnb. I only have the things with me that I brought, and if anything goes wrong, I cannot just simply figure something out, because I don't have many things to figure something out. So I just hope it works, and that I brought everything, that it will not have any complications, and I will probably show you the things when I'm done, or either tomorrow. So far the things look very good. Like, I looked through the carton when I was in the car on the back seat, because I drove 320 kilometers today. I was in the car for 8 hours. Like, I'm done with cars for today, and preferably for the next week. But I have to get back on Sunday, so that's not an option. And to the con and back, and whenever I need something. So yeah, now we need the car. But yeah, let's get going. Still not done. I'm awake since 6:30, and that was such a long and overwhelming day. Like, I already had a meltdown this morning. Like, emotions and stress are awful. If you have borderline, it's very overwhelming. Yes, I wish you a good night if I don't see you anymore. So now I can actually film at the convention, because now the sound is somewhat okay, and I hope you can hear me. But it's Saturday morning, we arrived here at 8 and we forgot our fridge. The day already started wonderful. I finished my setup. I really like how the displays came out, and I will show them to you. Here's my setup for my charms, and I yesterday evening put these little hooks on there and let them dry, because they need like 60 minutes, so I was like just letting them on the side. And then this morning I put all my charms on, and it actually works, and I'm very happy about it. So this is for my charms, and then I have this for my stickers, and I think it just turned out great. I think overall it gives it more of a finished look, and I just love how full my table looks like. Then of course my buttons, which are still the same as last time. I don't have any new buttons. And for the rest, everything is mostly the same. Like, I reordered these because they were out of stock, and I reordered him because he was out of stock, and I have like, I think 15 of these or so, so let's see if he lasts. And I reordered him because he was also out of stock, and I have him 10 times or so. Then of course I have my zine, I have 15 of these left, and then I have my silly little Gustavian zine. I made 20 of these, but I gave one to my boyfriend, so now I have 19 to be picked up this weekend. So let's see how well he sells. And I set on 3 years for him because I wasn't sure at the start. My stickers, I got Darby now, I got 2 Astarian stickers, I got the Good Woman ones. Focus please. I got the Good Woman's ones. Then I stocked up on these, this, and yeah, that's mostly it. And then I got a bunch of new dies. I have 17 now. Like, before I had 9 in total, now I have 17. And Astarian, which is double-sided, but I put them up twice so people can see both sides. The same for the Good Omens ones. And I also restocked up on Peppy. But yes, that's mostly it, what I now did for my table, what I stocked up, what I have now, and I'm very excited to see how this one turns out now. because I was here already for the spring edition and it was okay. I did some profit, not much, and I heard that the fall edition is much more successful. So let's see if that's true and see what kind of people I meet, and if I meet people I have seen already last edition and if they recognize me, and in general see how this con is going. And yes, I'm very excited. So it's now Sunday, it's after the con. We have survived both days and now we have to pack everything away, and I didn't really manage to film much. We will now pack everything and then we get going because we drive home tonight, and that will still be like a 3-hour drive or so, a bit more than that I think. My best sellers were him and my good omens ones, and I sold out of all 20 the first day, which is great. But on the other hand, the things I usually sell, like my patches and my buttons, did not really good. Like, if I wouldn't have had these two, I wouldn't have had as much success. And that's why I am a bit skeptical about the con, because what if I didn't have them? How would I have survived? I don't know. And I sold 2 zines and many Gustarians. Like, people love this silly bean. Now we go home. So let's have to talk about facts, because I'm back home and it's today the 2nd of November, which means the con was 1.5 weeks ago. And I have already started editing this video, and it's already so long because I was preparing for the convention for 2 days and I was doing so much and I was recording so much, and I try to now fit everything inside and make it interesting and keep this here short because I don't want to make this longer. Then again, this was a pretty big convention and it's a bit like Konichi where I had to put a lot of effort in, and there's just a lot to show. Sadly, I couldn't show you anything of the convention because, as I said, my phone doesn't have the biggest battery anymore and I needed it for sum up and such, but I also couldn't offer sketch commissions, and I was in general just very trapped to my booth and didn't walk around, and also my partner wasn't there, so he couldn't walk around and film things for this. I can show you my booth. Overall, I'm very proud of what I did the days before the convention and preparing everything and getting everything done, and everything worked out well. I'm very happy with how it worked, and I'm so happy that we had our friend come along that helped me driving, because driving is very stressful for me, and the first day I drove like 320 kilometers because I had to get our package, which was a detour of 2 hours, and I am so thankful that he was there and that he mostly drove in Ghent itself, because I don't like driving in cities I don't know. There's one city I managed somewhat and that's about it. For the rest, I love driving highways and normal streets and such, but no cities. Thanks. I'm just very proud of what I did and accomplished. And now let's talk about the convention. The convention was 2 days long and it was in Ghent in Belgium, which I said already so many times in videos, but yes, it was finally the con I went to, and I was very anxious about it because it's the convention the furthest away, and also the convention that is probably the most expensive for me. I think it's more expensive than Dokumi, and somehow it is not as rewarding, I feel, like, at least not for me, because also if you order 2 tables you get a normal sized table and then you get a little table on the side. So when I order these tables for me and my boyfriend, that means we have to give one table to someone and then split the other table partially, and thanks God this time they were on the same height, because last year they had different heights, so we couldn't properly set up our tables, like our wire shelves and all, because they wouldn't be even, and it was a bit hard. But this time they had the same height, so that was not a problem, but it's still something we have to do. For the rest, we set everything up, everything went well. Saturday went good. And Sunday was so slow. Like, I didn't have much to do at times, and there were not many people and not many people interacting. Like, it was really slow. Like, I had a hard time to stay awake in the afternoon because driving there on Friday, setting everything up, then selling on Saturday, and all the stress and such, it just gets to you. And Sunday, when there is not much happening, you're just getting overrun by your tiredness and exhaustion, and then you just vibe, because that's what I'm doing. I just vibe and try to be on low battery, and whenever customers came, I was like snapping out of it, being all there again, and then once it was calm again, I was just like vibing again. And I think it was very helpful that we were like somewhat sitting next to the Just Dance stage, because I had like most of the time good music nearby without it being too loud. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm happy that the stage wasn't too loud either. Like, most of the time it was pretty okay. And regarding the spot where we are sitting, it was also okay, I think. Last time we were sitting in the main hall, not with the artist, because we got a backup table, like someone jumped off and we got that table, so we were not with the other artist. So that's maybe why the spring edition wasn't as good for us. But for this edition, for the fall edition, they last minute changed our tables, because also when I checked where we were sitting, our tables weren't there anymore. So I was also a bit panicking, but apparently they last minute changed the artist alley and moved them into another hall. And that also probably explains why it was a bit harder for people to find us, because someone said so, that it was hard to find us. Also because it's not like a hall on a hall, but there are little corridors in between, and if you don't walk through them and here and there, like, it feels a bit cut off. While on the other hand, apparently in the main hall, people were so eager to get to the booths that it was very hard to get close, and it was just so full apparently. And on Sunday afternoon, someone even said that the big merchants didn't have their table costs in partially yet, because of the people not being able to reach their booth, because there were just so many. And it's quite interesting, because on Sunday we had nothing happening mostly. It was a very slow process to get people and talk to them and sell to them. Another thing, apparently the fall edition is much more desired by people, like visitors and merchants, than the spring edition. I didn't know that before. And maybe that was also a factor why my spring edition wasn't as well, because talking now about money, I think back then, at the start of the year when I was there, I made 200 euros of profit, which it is profit. 200 euros is not bad. But regarding the time and money and nerves I have to invest into that, it is a lot. Like, as I said, FACTS is my most expensive convention. It is the farthest away from me. Then there's also the language barrier. Like, they speak all English, and I'm super happy about it. Like, some start talking Flemish with me. I think that's Flemish. I'm not sure, but I think it is. And then when I ask them to speak English, they're super understandable. I partially understand Flemish because it's very close to Luxembourgish and German, so I often somewhat understood the bigger idea. And I even had one customer just talking that language to me, and I just replied in English, and at the start she didn't notice it until she had her order, and the notice was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." And I was like, "Oh, I'm fine, I understood everything you said. Like, I gave her exactly what she wanted and such, but I cannot speak it." It's still some kind of a language barrier, and that's still some energy it takes from me. And then also, like, getting to the Airbnb, setting up and here and there and organizing things. And we also forgot our fridge on Saturday morning. And our friend is just such a sweetheart, because we couldn't leave the parking, because we paid the parking next to the convention, which allows you to enter once a day. So he couldn't just simply take the car, drive back to the Airbnb, and then park again at our parking. No. He had to go out, take the tram, walk for 15 minutes, get to the Airbnb, get the bag, and come back the same way. And it took him about an hour, and I was so worried, and I wouldn't have allowed myself to ask him, "Hey, can you go grab our fridge with all our food for today in it? No, he like said like, oh yeah, I just go grab it, then it's fine. And he is such a sweetheart. He is one of the nicest people I know. I also yesterday went watch 5 Minutes Ready with him, and he is just great. And I'm so happy he was there, because without him, I wouldn't have managed that weekend. And I'm so happy having my partner, my boyfriend, my friends. It's just amazing, and I appreciate that support. Like, he is just always so calm, and I think that grounded me and why I managed the weekend. He also talked to me a lot, and I just loved it. But yes, I put a lot of resources into facts. Why I was a bit disappointed at the spring edition and not happy, because also, like, even if I make my costs, I sell so many products to get even, and it feels like losing some of your products and the effort you put in and the sales you could have made, and that's sad. So now, when I was returning to the convention, I was hoping that I would make more, because I had that effect with Dokumi, where in the first year I made 600 euros, in the second year I made 1200, and in the third year I made 1800. It always went up by 600, which is very funny to me. But it snowballed up because, first of all, it was my first convention. I started from scratch, and each time I returned, I had more. I was more confident. I worked on my table setup, and also people recognized me and they were happy to see me, like they were looking out for me. And I hope that the same would happen now with Facts, despite it being in the same year. And I, in fact, made more money, and I had people that returned and recognized me and were like, oh, I have that button, or I have this charm, and here and there. And that was so cool. And that's one of the most precious thing at conventions, like just interacting with people and having them return and recognizing them, because I'm so bad with recognizing people. But there was one person I recognized due to the piercings, because I drew them at the last edition, and I was just vibing with it and loved it, because I also follow them on Instagram, because they do such amazing cosplays, and it was just so cool. In total, I made sales of 1028 euros, and I had costs of around 4 to 500. I don't have the exact number yet, because I have to still write everything down and update our Excel sheet to know where I am at. So I made around 500 euros of profit, which is great. I am satisfied with it. At the con itself, was not appreciating it as much, because I was just so tired and worried, and because I didn't have the exact number of my costs, and I was just like very overwhelmed. But now I'm very chill about it. I'm very happy how it went. It's a great convention, and I really love it, and I would like to go back, so I'm very looking forward for the future events they have. And I'm also curious to once go to MIA, which is Made in Asia in Brussels, which is organized by the same organization. So I would like to try that one out, but there apparently the spring edition is much more desired. So I have to see when I have time and when it is. A very interesting fact about Belgium, and something I have only experienced in Belgium on a Belgium con, is most people pay by card. If it's a sticker for 2 euros, they pay by card. If it's a big purchase, they pay by card. If it is multiple times, they pay by card. Like, most of my sales were paid by card. I have actually the exact number, which is from the 1028 euros I got, 406 euros were paid by cash, and 622 euros by card, which is very interesting. And I have only experienced it so far at that convention. Like, I was at a French convention at this, like, mid this year, and yeah, people also paid by card, but mostly by cash. German conventions, I mostly get cash, because Germans just like get cash, and then their last escape, if they are all out of it, is like, do you by any chance take card? And I'm like, yes, I have a sign here. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, cool, nice, yes, then I pay by card. But mostly they just pay by bar geld. No, they mostly pay with real money. And that's just a very interesting thing I have seen and I want to share with you, because maybe if you plan on going to a Belgium con, because maybe it's only just that con, maybe the other Belgium cons are just like also mostly paying by cash, but if you plan on going to a Belgium con, maybe consider getting a sum up or such, like a card reader. But talking about sum up, I love sum up. I have sum up since my first convention in 2020, which was Dokumi, because they were just like, better have it, especially if you plan on doing this more often. And I am so thankful I have that machine, because not only can you get paid by card and accept card payments and get some money, or elsewise if the people run out of cash, you are just sitting there and don't get their money. Yes. But I keep track of my sales like that, because you can just type in what you sold, and then instead of using the card option, you use the cash option. You type in what they paid you, and like that you keep track. And at the end of like the day after, like let's say you go to a convention on Saturday, the day after you get already paid out what you got by card, and then you go again on Sunday, and on Monday you get again the money you made by card. So it's like super fast as well. Like they don't keep your money, you get it super fast. And they also now have a store option, and I am planning on getting my online store because I have many people asking for it, and it is a bit scary. I used to sell on Etsy, but we don't talk about Etsy. Like I recently looked up the fees for SumUp, Kofi, and Etsy, and Etsy is horrendous. Like I don't suggest Etsy. I will never. But I'm now very far off track of what I wanted to say. SumUp is great. Use SumUp. I love it. And don't go to Etsy. Oh my, oh my. What I wanted to say about facts, I'm very looking forward for the convention again. Yet I have to see if I will manage next year, because I have other conventions as well. And for example, this year facts fell on the same weekend as PlayCon, which is only 1 hour away from me. It's like in the city where my boyfriend lives, so I can just sleep over, and that's by far much less investment. I have to see for next year and how I plan. In general, I have to see next year what conventions I will go to, who accepts me. Like I would love to go back to Dokumi because it was my starting con and I was a baby. I went there and they took me in and they helped me grow so much and so fast. I want to come back, please. I think that was everything about facts. Now, if you have any questions, just let me know and I will answer them either down in the comment section, or I can once make a video depending on how many I get. But I don't think I get many questions at the moment. But if you have questions, just let me know, because I love to answer questions and be of help. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a lot, especially after such a long video, because I think I will probably have a video of 15 minutes or so. But let's see. I hope I can see you in the next video as well. And I want to really try and make more art videos, because the last videos were mostly only conventions, and I want to draw on camera more and such, and just focus on art and not just have a con in each video, because that also seems exhausting. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know, because I love to improve, and I wish you a good day or good night. Bye.